I have to say, in 20 years of covering games, I have never seen anything even remotely to this level of detail.
I mean, this is sort of traditionally the stuff that exists in game studios.
Yeah.
These are all the tools that people are used to using, but we've just tried to make them console friendly, really.
Yeah, make it accessible to everybody. Welcome back, everybody. Justin and Sid here with Mark Healy, creative director at Media Molecule, and we're here to play Dreams.
We are indeed.
Mark, thanks so much for taking the time to show us this. We're going to dive right in here and choose an imp.
Okay.
What are the imps, Mark?
So the imp is basically you in Dreams.
Okay.
It's the thing that you take with you everywhere you go, whether you're creating or playing. It's essentially your avatar, really.
Gotcha.
You can also think of it as just a posh cursor. That's kind of what it is. And at the start of the game, you get to choose from this sort of selection, but obviously once you're in the game, you can customize this to your heart's content.
Nice.
But this is just to sort of give you a starting point. So I always like this one because that kind of suits my personality.
So we're going to take a super brief look here. We're just going to kind of scratch the surface here. You're going to show us some of the create functionality here.
I am, indeed. I mean, we can skip straight to that if you like, but I'll just show you quickly in the screen just the way that you control your imp. It's using the gyros, so it's like a bit like a laser pointer, so I'm moving it around so I can do all this kind of stuff and blah, blah, blah. But I'm going to skip past this and take us into create mode.
Okay.
So these are the three main areas in Dreams.
Gotcha.
Dream surfing, which is where you go to play and consume and just be entertained. This is like all profile-y stuff, so you can catch up with your friends and kind of see what comments are being made about your particular creations. Or we go to dream shaping. This is where we make things.
Ah,
so let's
well, we want to make some stuff.
We do. Obviously, we have tutorials because obviously we've made it a console experience. There's lots of fun to be had in there, but there's also a lot of depth to explore, so you can get really involved with these tools.
Oh yeah.
And that needs tutorializing. So we've done a bunch of tutorials there, and we expect there to be more as we go along.
Gotcha.
Particular master classes maybe that will take you into like really deep into specific subjects. But we're going to go browse and create, and these are all the different types of categories of things that you can make. And this basically encapsulates everything that you'd expect that goes into making a computer game or a film.
And all of this stuff that you create, other players can then access and use in their own creations, right?
Yeah, exactly. So we'll do that actually, because you can make things from a very atomic level. You can sculpt something, make your music, you can even import your own sounds, or you can just sort of choose things that other people have already made and sort of collage them together if you like, which is a really nice way of doing things. So we're going to go right in the deep end and go to game.
All right. We're going to make a game.
And we could start with a blank slate, but I'm going to start us with a little template. And when people publish things, they can choose whether they're remixable or not. And if they are, then they'll appear in this list, and you can go in there and just make a copy of it and essentially pull it apart or change it, subvert it, you know, do horrible things to it. And I'm going to go into these little dotted outlines here represent a collection. A collection is like a folder or a bit like a Pinterest board, if you like. And we've just got a few little starting scenes on here that we've put together for this demo. So I'm going to take a remix of this particular little scene here.
I got to say, this is absolutely fascinating watching the sort of UI and the UX on this. This is not how I expected this game, to sort of operate. It's really intuitive.
Yeah.
But we've had sort of two beasts that we've had to serve, if you like. One is we're professional game developers. We want to use this tool to make a game. So it has to do all the things that developers expect, but at the same time, you're doing it with a DualShock 4, possibly laying on your sofa. So it needs to be a console experience. So we've tried to make it as playful and as fun as much as possible.
Mission accomplished based on what I'm seeing here.
Well, I think you could be right.
You haven't seen anything yet, Sid.
I can't wait. I mean, I saw you checking this out for like an hour. And
yeah. Mark actually just walked me through a much more in-depth demonstration than what we're going to see here, and it's staggering the amount of control players have here.
So you said the way I'm moving around here, for example, is very similar to first-person shooter controls. Left stick will move me around, right stick will, and I can do fancy things like grab the landscape and just use the gyros to rotate like this, which is really nice. And what we've got here in this scene is essentially just a bunch of props or sculpts, if you like. And again, these were made in the tool from scratch, but we've got some that are already here placed for us, and we can just start grabbing things. I could like move that tree, maybe let's make it a bit bigger. Or I can clone things, which is a really nice sort of simple way of sort of padding a scene out. Or I can take this bit here and let's make it ridiculously
That's
big.
amazing.
And every one of these objects that you're grabbing and manipulating here, these were all made by somebody using the controller in this game engine. None of this is pre-existing.
Exactly. We're not importing anything from Mayo or 3D Studio. Literally, all of our content that we're making, we're sitting in the studio with DualShock 4s and PlayStations and just making it.
And you actually have a whole campaign that Media Molecule has built that players can play through when the game ships.
Exactly.
And that was all created in this game. Like the whole thing was built with DualShocks and with PlayStation Move
Literally,
controllers.
we do not cheat one little bit. It's a genuine example of what you can make in the tool.
Unbelievable.
I mean, look, if I could tunnel into the sculpt tool and just modify this tree, for example. Let's put another little branch on there like this.
Oh, wow.
There we go. Not the best branch in the world, but just to show you that you can just sort of
We're not all perfect.
mess around with the sculpture tools like that really easily. Actually, looks quite good. Quite like that. So, yeah. So you've seen me just rearranging and kind of cloning here, and even the clone tool is kind of fun to use actually. If I extend this path out here, so I can just do a simple clone like that, but I can go there and then maybe fill in the gap.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I
oh, cool.
can do this kind of thing, or I can extend it out the other way like that and project forwards, and then kind of do these really get these really kind of cool trippy things. If I sort of use the scale tool, then it will. So you get all these really weird kind of fractal patterns and things that you can
And it
make.
just kind of automatically figures out the
path
gradient there. Yeah,
and it's just fun playing around with that, even if you don't want to make anything. But let's actually just extend our path just a little bit like that, maybe a bit of a gradient going up. And let's give ourselves a destination to go to. So I'm just going to steal that bit of landscape there. So let's just position that there like that. What we need is a character in this scene. So let's zoom in here. So so far you've seen me just sort of rearranging stuff that's already in this thing, but obviously you might want to add additional things. So if I bring up our palette here, and this contains everything that you need to make the next AAA blockbuster PlayStation game. I'm going to go search, and this will let us search what we call the Dreamiverse, or the community. And essentially, this is a bunch of kind of separate elements and things that people have made and published. But we want a character, so I'm going to just go into this little collection here that we prepared especially for today.
And I expect that these collections will be pretty large after the game ships and the community gets their hands on it.
Exactly. I mean, some people might pride themselves on just their taste alone, so they can become like good collection makers, for example.
Oh, yeah,
curators.
Yeah, exactly. We do a lot to service the sort of whole range of kind of creative skills.
This game is so fascinating. There's never been anything like this.
Let's choose this dude.
It reminds me a little bit of the pinball construction sets and things that were around back in the 80s,
God,
but
yeah,
on a totally different level.
Yeah. Well, I was a big fan of the shoot 'em up construction kit on the Commodore 64, if anyone remembers that. That was a big inspiration behind Little Big Planet, actually. So I've just placed a character there, and this is, again, this character was made from scratch in the tool. All of its moves, all of its logic was made. But obviously we're just going to place it and use someone else's work here. And if I take us into play mode immediately, we can just sort of run around this little scene that we've kind of arranged here.
So his little run animation, the way he jumps, his attacks, the little things he throws out, that was all created by somebody within Dreams.
Exactly. We've got a guy called Steve Big Guns in the studio who's been doing our characters, and he was a star in the Little Big Planet community actually.
Oh.
And we employed him, and
Nice.
he's now making stuff with us. And he's got like twin stick controls in here, so you can kind of walk backwards while you're shooting and all that.
Oh,
sort of
cool.
stuff. So, whoops. Camera was going a bit mental there. So what we want to do is make a quick little bit of gameplay, don't we? So let's go back into edit mode. And I've done this demo a few times. People might have already seen this, but it's nice to show off. So I'm just going to do the floating platform that goes like this.
Oh, okay. You're going to build like an actual.
We're going to animate this. We're going to animate. So, and the thing is, I'm practicing here, but essentially that is how you can animate things in Dreams. All I need to do is say, well, I want it to do that. Just let me record my actions, please. So this is essentially sofa motion capture, if you like. That's how I'd like to describe it. All I need to do is tell it that I want to capture something. So go to the animate tab up here, action recorder. And you've got keyframes, by the way, and timelines, so you can, if you want to
so
be
you
more
can really
precise.
get into the weeds with this stuff if you want to.
Yeah, exactly. But I kind of like the more sort of handmade kind of things. I think looks a
feels
bit
more
cute.
organic.
Yeah, exactly. So we select one of these to place it anywhere in the scene.
All right.
And this thing will store our animation. So we're now ready and primed, and all we need to do is just sort of grab something and animate it, essentially. So I'm going to grab this and just sort of
Careful, steady, steady.
I find it helps to make the sounds. Let's have a really evil bit there that just goes like that, just to throw people off, and then go back there. And that's cool. Now we've made an animation. I can just watch that back.
Well, there we go.
And I could obviously redo that if I like. Or I can sort of open up this little thing and mess with a few things. Let's maybe make it a bit faster, for example.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Careful.
That's probably going to be a bit too fast. That one,
Yeah,
isn't it?
maybe.
Just a little bit like that. Let's give that a quick test.
I just love how quickly you can hop right back into the play mode.
Oh, yeah, the
Damn it.
platform got the best of you.
Yep.
So, yeah. Oh,
So
God.
devious. The animation's so devious.
Do you know
didn't
what?
even make it to
Do you know
it.
what? I'm gonna. This is the cute thing. You can be in play mode and then immediately go back into edit mode and be like, okay, I kept messing up there, so let's just add another bit of rock down there or something. Just
Oh, nice.
there we go. I'm still gonna die, aren't I? There we go.
Tricks of the master game designers.
Exactly. I'm jet lagged at the moment. so I just-
You're a wonderful creator.
what we need is some music. That's what it is. If we have some music in here, I think that will help to sort of stabilize my brain. So let's make that look a bit more exciting and dangerous down there too. So again, we'll go into these collections, and somebody, this is one of my favorite things here, someone's made like a nice big lava cookie.
Oh,
Let's just scale that
I don't know. How confident are you feeling about being able to avoid that lava there?
Oh, well, that will give me more sort of
More motivation.
yeah, more motivation. That's the word I was looking for. Is that not? It's not very level, is it? We do have guides and things, so you can make stuff exactly on grids and
Oh, yeah.
and make them upright if you want to. But I kind of like the more handmade kind of look.
I feel like those wood planks
it's-
aren't going to stand up to
It's
the
got
heat of
a
that.
bunch of animation and particles built into. And again, this is just something that somebody made and published, and they've put their own little particle
Wow, look
effects
at the
in
animation
there.
there.
and
Oh, there's
animation.
even little embers floating up from it. That's
Yeah,
cool.
that looks really nice in play mode, actually. It's looking a bit more serious, isn't it? So, music. I was going to show you some music.
Yeah.
So
The music creation stuff in here is
Yeah.
unbelievable.
So yeah, the music is a whole seminar within itself, really, to show you all of its functions. But I'm going to scratch the surface here. So let's go back to search. Before we make a piece of music, I'll just show you that you can just search for music that other people have made.
Okay.
So
yeah.
you can filter all this down. We'll filter it down to music and just stuff that people have published. Wrath of Banana plus performables. God, what the hell is that? Music.
Now I know this music generator has gotten a lot of buzz on its own.
Yeah.
Is there a complete piece of music here?
Yeah,
and
we
tunes.
Mark helped me make a song when we were playing earlier. I'm not a very talented musician, but we made something in like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
That we just kind of had as the background track for the.
Just to give you a
oh,
bit of
That's
a-
amazing.
so that's a kind of this is a piece of music that somebody's made, and it's on a timeline. Anyone that's ever used a kind of something like GarageBand or Premiere or anything like that would recognise this. Essentially, it's just a canvas, a playhead, and it activates these different music clips. Obviously, that's quite an advanced piece
It's
of music that someone's made. But
and we're doing this all with the DualShock 4, but the game also works with PlayStation Move controllers, right?
yeah, exactly.
It's just amazing to me that you can pop that up in the middle of editing and playing, and it's also seamless.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
never seen anything
Yeah.
like this.
I think that is one of the unique things about Dreams. That we've got, we have the scene arrangement, the sculpture, the music making, animation, all in
All
the same
like,
place.
You don't need to back out to the main menu and go to an engage music mode. And like,
Exactly, and that's not just about making it a bit faster. The really nice thing about that is it's much easier to integrate and cross over the different disciplines.
yeah, yeah.
So if you want to make your animations go in time with your music and that, it's just really easy.
It's amazing.
And you can do all of it yourself, or I mean, if you really excel as like a character animator, you can make animations and put them out into the world and let people integrate those into the levels and the games they create.
Exactly, and we actually track the kinds of things that you do, and that becomes part of your pro player profile. So you might get a lot of experience points as an animator or as a sculptor. And if you're searching for people to collaborate with, maybe you can say, well, I want to search for the people that have done lots of animation and that kind of thing. So I'm going to take us into sound mode here, and we'll put together a quick piece of music. So let's get a blank timeline, actually. There's an empty timeline waiting for a masterpiece. And then All we need is...
We could sample some of the glasses clanging in the background there.
Yeah, we can actually put some sounds in there. Absolutely. Let's give ourselves a bit of a backing track first. Excuse me. So I'm just searching for some instruments. That's quite a cool one. I like the sound of that. There's hundreds of instruments that we've made that come with Dreams, but again, you can make your own instruments. You can import sounds via a second screen app. So if you want to get good quality sounds, you record them with whatever recording tech you've got, and then just drag and
import
drop
them via the web.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Or you can do it a really dirty way and just use your PlayStation camera or Bluetooth mic and get sounds in like that.
Wow.
But there's loads in there to choose from, so you never need to do that. But some people will obviously want to, or if you want to add like a vocal track or something. So I've put an instrument there.
Sid can sing.
No, I can't.
Oh, okay, let's put that to the test. So this is what an instrument looks like. It's this kind of play canvas, if you like. And essentially, I can now just use my DualShock 4 to play different notes.
Oh, and you're just pressing the different face buttons.
Yeah,
and
the
stuff.
face buttons are mapped. And you can choose different chords and keys and scales and all that, but I'm just going to leave it in the default thing.
Okay.
You don't need to understand music to make music in Dreams. That's really crucial. You can just press buttons and see what happens.
Nice.
And on this surface, you'll see that there's these circular bits. They're actually like, essentially, it's a bit like a guitar pedal, if you like. And again, you can construct these yourself with ridiculous amounts of parameters, but it's nice just to use the ones that...
The further in you go, the stronger the effect is, it looks like.
So I'm going to just hit record and play some random notes here.
Okay, yeah.
I'll put the metronome on just to help me keep a little bit of time, but I'm really not going to think about what I'm doing. I'm just going to prove that you can make something that's descriptive of music, even if it's not. So I'm just going to record. And here we go. Let's bend a few notes.
And you're just bending those notes by
the touchpad.
using the touchpad there. Yeah.
And I can rotate my imp like this to get lower or higher octaves.
Whoa.
I mean, similar to the way I showed you the animation, we have this philosophy of being able to capture performances, so you get this nice human element in there.
I feel like musicians could do literal performances using this tool.
Exactly. We plan to do some gigs, actually. And
yeah?
do some on-stage performance of this, because why not?
Yeah.
And the thing is, I can do a performance like that and be like, oh, that was almost perfect, but I just messed up that last note. So you can put it into like a more sort of traditional piano roll.
Oh,
like
wow.
this.
I mean, you guys thought of everything.
And I'd be like, oh, that note there is a real bummer. I'm just going to delete that one.
Is there anything you didn't include in this? Dreams?
It's harder to think about what's
he's
not in there than
struggling
to be honest with you. And the point is, it's going to be an ongoing thing. So we'll work with the community, and if there's strong desires for a particular thing, then if it's possible, we'll do it. You know, that's the really when we release this game, I see that as just us expanding the team.
I mean, we throw the word innovative around a lot in video games, but I mean, this is like a whole different level.
I feel like the difference here is that this is going to foster so much innovation among players.
I really hope so. I mean, with Little Big Planet, we managed to sort of pull a lot of talent out of the woodwork, you know, and a lot of those people are working in the games industry now.
Yeah,
that's great.
So that's the thing that really touches me and is important to me. Is it could be some kid in a bedroom somewhere that maybe doesn't have the opportunity to go to university or doesn't have access to all these different tools. Just get a copy of Dreams and you've got everything you need, and you could potentially make the next AAA blockbuster game for PlayStation from your bedroom. You know,
it's no joke. I mean, this is serious stuff.
So what I'm going to do is add another instrument to that quickly. I saw a bass here somewhere, a slap bass. Where is it? Yes.
Nice.
Look at that. So I'm just going to quickly record a bit of slap bass. Again, I'm just going to be hitting random buttons. Oh, actually, I want to put the metronome on so I can keep time a bit better. Let's try that again.
Everybody's just playing their own solo right now.
And the cute thing is if we were playing this together with multiple controllers, we could be jamming on different instruments together, which is really cute. And I'm literally just pressing random buttons now.
Well, and you showed me before, if you tilt to the side, you can see like kind of the different,
the
way the metronome comes in.
Oh, you can get the different octaves.
Oh, I mean like if you like rotate the string
Oh, sorry,
yeah,
that was this. So if I tilt around here and then play that back, you can see the notes that I recorded.
Wow! What is going on with this?
Yeah, that just kind of makes it look very science fiction.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's unreal.
So obviously, what you're thinking is, well, that doesn't sound like music. That sounds rubbish. But I'm going to show you the trick that they use in the music trade, and that is just slap a beat on it. So as well as the instruments, you can obviously just search for other clips that people have already made. So,
Okay.
So that's a clip that we just made there.
Yeah, yeah.
And we could publish that, by the way. I could select that and go, well, I'm going to share that with the world. And they can use my little performance there, but I'm not quite sure they'd want to. So let's search for some music clips that other people have already made. I think this one here, that's good. So let's just slap that on there. And again, using all the same controls that I was using in create mode, I can clone stuff to repeat it, or I can be a bit more fancy and just kind of grab this end bit here and drag that out. And let's listen to it now. Now, you might need to control yourself here. You might want to dance. Here we go.
Yeah, there we go.
It's better. So there you go. And I think just what it really needs is just a little vocal track, or just a little bit of vocal. I keep getting the wrong one there. Tools, microphone. So this will let me just record. I'm going to use the PlayStation camera up there that we've got, the microphone. And oh, why is it grey? Maybe that's not going to work. Maybe the camera's not plugged in. Let's try it. Wow, la 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 la, PlayStation blog. That looks like it was working actually. So in theory, that's a sound sample. There we go.
Oh, nice.
Let's kick that in after like a couple of bars. No, after one bar maybe.
It's a little quiet.
A little bit
there.
quiet. Yeah, and well, I mean, we haven't got time, but I could. There's just a whole universe to explore in here. So I can turn the volume up, you know.
I think I saw some like 3D panning effects and all that.
Let's make it a bit more high pitched. You know, you've got all your 3D panning and all the stuff that professional game developers kind of take for granted. Bit of delay, maybe, a bit of reverb, and so
Unbelievable.
it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Well, let's try out our game.
That was kind of a fun little effect. I mean, just recording using the PlayStation camera, you slap some effects on there, and it sounds good.
Exactly. And I could, if you want, you can just record yourself going la and turn that into an instrument that you can perform with. You know.
Yeah, we made it!
There you go.
Nicely done.
So I mean, that's
You just needed the music.
That's just a tiny glimpse of create mode.
Wow.
But it was such worlds contained within. I mean, I have to say, in 20 years of covering games, I have never seen anything even remotely to this level of detail.
I mean, this is sort of traditionally the stuff that exists in game studios.
Yeah.
These are all the tools that people are used to using, but we've just tried to make them console friendly, really.
Yeah.
And
make it accessible to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Sid was saying, this is only just a tiny fraction of what's possible in Dreams. It really is just mind blowing.
I mean, this is just scratching the surface, really. This is just the outer layer of the onion, if you like.
Great. Well, yeah, thank you so much, Mark, for showing us all this. Stay tuned to PlayStation Blog. We'll obviously keep everybody up to date as the game, as more news comes out about it, as we learn more about these betas and all of that. So, yeah, Mark, thanks again. Sid, thanks for helping host.
My pleasure.
That is Dreams for PlayStation 4 and PlayStation VR. We'll see you more soon.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.